My dreams for the future would be to go to college and to get a successful job.
I want to have my own production company.
I think I want to start my own nonprofit organization.
Well, I want to go to college. I like to travel.
I want to go to Italy, I want to go to London, I want to go to Paris.
Open up a business, open up a shop.
I would really like to go into theater and acting or comedy.
I really want to start my own, animal adoption agency or shelter.
I want to go into med school and help Native American tribes gain better medical care.
For me, it's not necessarily about money. Like, I want to do something that I love.
Reach for the stars. There's a whole big world out there waiting for you to make your dreams come true. Of course, you'll probably change your mind a few times along the way about what you want and who you want to be, but the most important thing is that you believe in your dreams and you get the skills to make them happen.
In the 8th grade, and even for me now in high school, life as an adult seems a long way off. But we all definitely have hopes for our future. High school is the time to lay the foundation for turning your dreams into a reality.
You know, a lot of kids think you only need to go to college if you want to be a doctor, or a lawyer, or an engineer. It's not true. There are lots of awesome jobs you can do if you challenge yourself and get a good education. You know, you may find it hard to believe, but nearly 40% of high school graduates look back and say they wish they had worked harder and taken more challenging courses.
The reason's simple. Once they got into college or a job, they found that there were big gaps in how well prepared they were.
The State Scholars Initiative shows you exactly how to get the preparation you need to succeed.
Okay, here's the rundown. The Tennessee Scholars Program requires that you take 4 credits in English, 4 credits in math, Algebra 1 and 2, Geometry, and 1 higher math, 3 lab science credits, Biology, Chemistry, plus 1 other lab science. Social Studies, 3 credits.
This core course of study will give you a good solid foundation that will help you whether you decide to go to a 2- or 4-year college or straight to work after high school.
So why does it matter if you're prepared? Bottom line, you'll have more choices for your career and your life.
So how's this for a cool career? Designing robots. Robots that can see you, hear you, and talk to you.
We see movies as kids, we watch television shows, we read books, and it really just, it sparks the imagination. To be a scientist or an engineer, there are many, many skills that you need. It's almost like you're giving yourself a set of tools. You're creating a toolkit, so to speak. And when you do something like building robots like we do, it requires many different tools in the toolkit. So you need to understand, basic tools from mechanical engineering and computer science and even psychology. And when you're in high school in 8th grade, you're kind of given problems that people know how to solve them, basically. But as you get older and older, what you find is that you start being confronted with problems that nobody knows how to solve. And I think having a whole education, wanting to be in challenge, not only because it makes it more interesting and exciting and rewarding for you, there's this idea of hard fun, right? Things can be hard and still be really fun because when you solve them, they're that much more rewarding.
Now that looks fun. Sounds like she definitely took a lot of math and science.
I'm sure of it. But there are also a lot of jobs that involve more math than you might think.
I actually enjoyed math a lot, and that has really been the most important thing that I studied in high school. And when it comes to my career, it applies every single day to a fashion career, from pattern making to what is called grading, where you take measurements from one outfit and you have to figure out what the measurements are going to be for all of the other sizes. In high school, I took AP classes and college credit courses that allowed me to test out of things, and when it came around to going to school, that gave me more time to take classes that applied more directly to my major. I could take more fashion design classes, or I could take less classes and just focus on fashion design.
Here's an interesting fact, Dallas. Recent research shows that even if you don't go to college, an improvement in math performance in high school equals a significant boost in annual earnings.
Research also shows that the annual income of somebody who does go to college and earns a degree is almost twice as much as a high school grad. Meaning, over a lifetime, a college grad earns almost $1 million more. And you know those things you've been dreaming of, right? A lot of them aren't cheap. So Chloe, what do you dream of doing?
Well, I'm a cellist, and I'd like to one day get a recording contract and become a world-famous cellist like Yo-Yo Ma.
Awesome. Then check this out. Here's a guy who's been a gospel recording artist for 20 years.
Reading music, you know, you use so much math. I mean, it's unbelievable. I was so glad that I was taken in by math and that I really excelled in that area. And as I began to use it in my music, especially more professionally, being able to work with other professionals, people were able to respect me in another way other than just for my gift. I think it's important for kids to challenge themselves academically because it plays it's such a big role of developing your character.
He's amazing. And who knew math was so important in a music career?
You know, speaking of music, writing for TV commercials is another way to turn a passion for music into a career.
History has given me an interest in as many cultures as I can learn anything about. If you can take a step toward how another culture thinks about their traditions, their customs, you have a chance to create music that might resonate with that culture. It gives us a chance to both interact with people who are across the planet and to possibly come together. It's not just about other cultures and appreciating other cultures. Learning another language, a language other than English, is a huge advantage in today's global economy. In our business, we produce radio and TV commercials and educational materials in 19 languages other than English. That includes Korean, 2 different versions of Chinese, French, German, Italian, Spanish, Russian. In addition to all the musical instruments, there's the technology side of things, which involves learning 10 different pieces of software. It's a process of learning how to learn, and it's a process of learning things that have a direct practical application.
Being able to adapt and learn new things quickly is one of the key things employers look for in the job world. So if you want that superstar electric guitar to make music of your own, just learn to learn.
It seems like no matter what you want to do, getting high school right is so important.
Basically, you need to take responsibility for your own education. By taking harder courses, the right courses, you'll be able to overcome any obstacle and really reach your highest potential.
We grew up very poor. Daddy did not have much education. Both he and my mother had less than primary schooling. They wanted more than anything for us to have a high school diploma. My teacher, my 8th grade teacher, Mrs. Miller, asked me what I was going to do when I grew up, and I said I was going to be a hairdresser. She said, "But why? Don't you want to go to college?" And I said, "But college is for rich people." And she said, "But you could go to college. You can have a scholarship with your grades and your academic abilities." It was a turning point in my life. She put college on my radar screen. Between my junior and senior year, I worked for the state of Michigan administering food stamps in Alpena. And suddenly I found myself reversed. I was providing the support services for people who were just like me, and I had an opportunity because of college to actually assist.
Making a difference is really important for a lot of people. Helping yourself is the first big step in being able to help others.
You're so right. Now, another thing that a lot of us kids dream about is having more lifestyle choices.
Love to have a house like in Hawaii or something that we could go to.
I'd really hope to get like season tickets to the Boston Cannons.
I want to enjoy what I'm doing and be able to have time for recreation, of course.
So here's a job that offers very flexible lifestyle options, and it seems like a lot of fun too. This woman wears a lot of hats, but basically what she does is make everything look great in the photographs you see in ads.
It's like everything needs to come together, the locations, the casting, the talent, everybody needs to get at the right place, and it is constant learning. Every shoot is different for me. Another very important part about my job is making sure that I stay within budget. A lot of times there's many shoots that I'm in control of the whole budget, and so there's we're checking numbers all the time. Well, I have a great lifestyle. I'm home most of the winter. I don't have to work, and I'm not working. I'm hiking, snowshoeing, taking walks with the dogs in the mountains. We're out, you know, being adventurous in this area, and we love it. It's right out our back door.
Wow, what a great lifestyle. And it's pretty clear that since your earning power will be higher, you'll have more lifestyle choices too.
And not only will you increase your chances of earning more, when you take the State Scholars Core course of study and push yourself academically, you actually increase your ability to learn as well.
You know, Chloe, one of the classes that I loved the most that I did not expect to love was physics.
I loved physics too. Once you get into physics, it's so cool to understand how the world around us works. Dr. Leanne Letterman won a Nobel Prize for discovering how the smallest particles in the universe, called neutrinos, behave.
It's a way of thinking. Science, when you take it not as a future scientist, but as a future anything else, is a way of thinking. Everything we do today has to do with science. If you don't understand anything about science, you will be lost. It's a way of learning and becoming more powerful. And when you do that, you find that, that every day is full of discoveries.
Here's something I've always thought would be a great job: building websites and animation.
You have to be a good communicator, and you have to be able to talk with people and to be able to get information from them. You have to educate your clients. I couldn't say that when I graduated high school I knew that I was going to be a web developer because the internet didn't exist. Just the fact that I was open-minded and I looked for challenges in life, you know, I was a seeker. The more that you know, essentially the more you want to know. And that's a good thing.
There's so many opportunities in this field. And it sounds like you not only need math, but great English skills as well. Oh yeah, and you've got to have a great computer too. I'm liking that laptop. I guess I'm gonna need to study hard to get a great job.
Better keep studying.
Yeah, no joke.
So Dallas, I know that you like sports, and some of you probably do too. But even if you're not shooting for the Olympics, Wimbledon, or the NBA, there's a lot of cool jobs that keep you involved, like sportscasting, for example.
When I come into work, it's a challenge because I'm under a time limit to make sure that I am reading very well all the things that have come through in the newspaper, the scores, the stats, things like that. If I get something wrong, I'm going to get roasted. Not everybody likes to write very much, but it's something that we do a lot. If you're in radio, you write a lot more than you do in TV, but you still have to be able to write to the video, so it's a different kind of writing. You know, you can lay great groundwork in high school for going on to college, for going on in your career. Don't just take the basic classes that'll get you by because you know you're going to get A's in them or a B in them. Take some classes that may be out of your comfort zone. No matter what level of education you're in, one of the things that you cannot be afraid to do is fail. Failure is going to happen at some point in life, and it's a great opportunity for people to learn from it.
And I thought being a TV sports reporter was all about going to games, talking to superstars. There's a lot more to it. And it seems like you not only have to be a good writer, but a good researcher as well.
You know, taking the State Scholars Core course of study in high school helps you learn good work habits for any job. And probably most important, you learn that you can take on something challenging and go way beyond what you thought you could do.
I'm seeing it. Plus, studies show that students who do succeed in more challenging courses are more likely to go on to college and earn a degree. In fact, that was a more accurate predictor than grades, class rank, even test scores. The thing is, the State Scholars Initiative is about taking harder courses now, so you have more opportunities later. You might be amazed to find out what you can achieve.
I feel like I learned from my academic classes in high school a lot of discipline that I really needed to have to make it through college and to make it in the industry.
It's so important to be able to link what you do academically to who you are and what you're going to be in life.
Whatever you do, if it happens to be music, if it happens to be teaching, you need to have a concept of how to organize your thoughts and how to organize yourself.
The courses that you take early are critical for the courses that you take later because they all build upon each other.
Every little thing that you learn, you're going to use. You use your resources constantly.
I think it's important to challenge yourself academically in school because you're going to get challenged when you get out of school.
State Scholars is great. It'll help you, it challenges you.
It'll show you have dedication and that you worked hard for what you wanted.
You get a bachelor's degree and that increases your earnings so much and makes your lifestyle so much better.
I went in my freshman year thinking I ain't got to study for no classes. Psych, you got to study, it's no joke.
Math and science connect to everything and you really need to know it in every field.
Science is the key to life in the 21st century. If you don't have that key, you're locked out.
Education is something that any other skill, the more you do it, the more you work at it, the better you get.
You're going to take those habits into life later on.
The stronger the foundation that you get in high school, the stronger the foundation, the platforms on which you have in college.
Sometimes we focus on just the money part of it, but it's also a great feeling at the end of the day when you can go around your family and friends and you know that they are proud of you.
So challenge yourself. You'll be glad you did.